Hello everyone and welcome back to 3D Evolution. Today in this video we are gonna add materials to our 3D objects. And so I might have mentioned it before, but for the previous project what I was doing is preparing the scene and trying to do it at least once before I was recording so that I could identify what I needed to talk about and what were the principles to teach. But for this project, I'm going a bit straight on, meaning I'm recording while I go. So here you can see me using some materials that are a little bit complex. Okay, and what you will see is that it just doesn't really work. So of course I have the editing as well, and now with this kind of voiceover I can show you whatever I want. But what I really wanted to emphasize here is that it doesn't work all the time. So I recently came across a definition of what failure is, and this was saying, let's say this is the start point. With the mouse it's a bit complicated. And we had something like, let's say, success was here, okay, and failure, in fact, was over here, okay, meaning that you would either succeed or either fail. But in reality, what's going on, just gonna copy it here, okay, delete those, because we don't need those anymore. What's going on in reality is that you got failure like that, okay, and in fact, failure is just part of the process. Failures are like steps where you can stop and reflect on what is best to do, learn as well, and then you will do as it is said, you will fail your way to success. So don't be afraid if something doesn't work. The best thing to do at this stage is just stop and then start again. So as you can see, with complex materials it didn't work very well, so I restarted it from scratch and I went for very simple materials, okay, and unfortunately this time it didn't work either. So what did I do? I tried a few more things, adding a bit of details to those materials, but I wasn't happy with the results, so I started a third time, and this time I went for something right in the middle, meaning I used a Principal BSDF shader with just the color. So I started with the wood color because this is what is most visible in the scene. Once this was established, then I worked on the lights to make sure the scene was lit well enough. And now that this was working, I just added simple materials again, like not too simple, similar materials to the rest of the object. And what you can see here is that then after this third trial, I came up with something that works really well. Okay. I had to adjust a few things, like some objects and some materials in the end, but I think that this is the result I wanted to go for. Okay, so this is a kind of the lesson for today. I'm not gonna wish you to fail, of course. I wish you to succeed, but what I'm gonna say is that I wish you to have the courage and also the perseverance to to overcome your obstacles until you succeed. That's what I wanted to say. So, I'm not gonna explain too much of the process from now on, because you can see creating materials and assigning it to objects is something you should already know. I assume you already know. But what I tried later on was to use the grease pencil. Okay, because this is kind of I'm using this project to also learn a bit of the grease pencil and how or when to use it in a project, in my process. So what I had in mind is starting with those simple materials, but then adding details where it's needed using the grease pencil. So here you can see me adding the Pierre Taps logo, and I found it really nice. It doesn't really look like anything, but as you can see in the final composition, you see it from so far away that it doesn't really matter. But that's what I'm gonna do in the next video, adding all the necessary details using the grease pencil to this scene, and I'm sure it's gonna look great. So, hope you find this video helpful, and that the way you see failure, if it's not already the case, has changed, so that you will keep on going and working on your project. I'll see you, of course, very soon, next time, for the grease pencil additions. I wish you, as usual, a great day, a great life, and I'll see you next time. Bye.